guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to... This looks so cool. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. Is that one block rock? There's a block missing. Is it blue glass? I think so. Today, we're going to be doing something that... that pretty much I think everybody has done. If you haven't, then you probably should. I haven't, so I'm going to now. But we're going to build a Wipeout game. Here in the UK, I don't know if it's like this throughout the world, but we call it Total Wipeout. I think in the US, they might just call it Wipeout. I'm not sure. But basically, if you don't know what it is, it's a televised assault course. And I think it's even filmed... Is it filmed in New Zealand? Or somewhere like that, or at least the UK one is, I think. And basically, there's a color scheme. It's water based. There's it's in a water pool, a giant swimming pool, basically. And there's a load of red obstacles that you have to get over. Big red bouncy balls and things that punch you in the face. And a lot of parkour. Basically, you'd call it in Minecraft. In real life, you just call it jumping over objects. But in Minecraft, I suppose you'd call it parkour. It's a really cool show. I think it's even... Richard Hammond is the guy that hosts it, at least over here. And... It is funny to watch. I do know that they have a lot of accidents, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. I was thinking about here is a good spot. Depending on how long we want it to be, we could either have it going down this way, or we could have it going down this way, and then if we wanted it longer, we could actually wrap it round the corner and make it like an L-shaped ride, depending on how many obstacles we can get. If you guys can think of any obstacles by the end of the episode that I haven't put in, then let me know in the comment section below. I'll be interested. So basically, Total Wipeout is going to start. They always start with some sort of slope going down. Now in real life, it's like basically a water slide that drops down. You sort of try. Most people try and stand up while doing it, which never works. Absolutely never works. Now we could do that. We could have a water thing going down here, down the middle, and have like a too wide waterfall that you sort of stand in and boop, 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 and try and bob yourself down. I don't know, however, if it's actually going to be quick enough, because this is a race. It's whoever gets the quickest time wins. I'm going to use Oh yeah, blue stained clay looks much better. It's whoever gets the fastest time is the winner. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a test here. I'm going to put blue blocks underneath. Blue, red, and white are the color scheme for Total Wipeout. I'll put that there and that there. I'll just put some red ones behind here for now so the water doesn't drop down backwards. We wouldn't want that. And I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to put that in there. Now, can we go down here quickly? Like I could jump in and then sort of hold forward. That's actually quicker than I thought. Option 2 is jump in and hold A. I think that's about the same speed. It might have been a little bit faster. And then option 3 is to jump. Oh, and that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. I like the water being in there at the beginning. I think that's very close to what the real Total Wipeout has, so why not have it the same? So now we need to start thinking creatively of some really, really cool games. Most of the time, Wipeout starts with a little parkour. You have to do a little swim to like a little edge where you can sort of, out of the water and jump onto it. And I'm going to come up another block. Well, I tell you what it usually has. I know it's different in all countries, and it's not going to matter because we're going to be making our own games anyway, because in Minecraft, we can't get things that turn or spin and anything like that. We can only use pistons if we want things to move. But they usually have a sort of running track that isn't too much of a problem. They sort of start you off a little bit easy. So what we're going to do is actually do something like this, I think. Right? A nice, easy, simple start where you've just got to run between them. If you're a little bit cocky and you're running a little bit too fast, then maybe you'll mess up. We'll have a corner, because I think we're using up a lot more room than I thought we would. Now, I don't want you to be able to jump from one side to the other, and I don't think you're going to be able to make this. That's 5 blocks. Yeah, you can't make 5 blocks from a standing jump. No way. No, nowhere near. Okay. And I know I wasn't close to the edge end, but I think 4 blocks is the maximum. So once we've got that, I'm going to try and do something a little bit more tricky. Nothing too hard yet, but maybe something like this. Oops. Something like this. Oops. Do you know what I mean? Like, just with a little jump in it, nothing too scary. But again, you can get it wrong. And basically, if you fall in the water in the Total Wipeout game, you don't have to swim back to the start of the section. You actually swim to the next section, which is interesting. I suppose if you had to swim back to the same section every time, it would probably take forever. I think in the final round, I might be wrong, but I think in the final round, you actually need to... Yeah, in the final round, you need to swim back to the previous one. I think that's how it works. But in, like, the normal rounds, you can just sort of swim to the next one. Okay, so now we've got that, we're going to do some large jumps, okay? So we're going to give them a little bit of room, and then we're going to do a nice basic 2-block jump. Oh, no, we've done what's basically a 2-block jump. We'll do a 3-block jump. So it's getting a little bit harder. And we'll come around the corner as well. How many blocks is that? 1... Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. We'll do a couple of these. 3 wide ones. And then we're going to have to start thinking about some redstone. In fact, let's make this one a little bit harder and have only 2 blocks to be able to land and be able to sprint again on. Which on PC is easy, but on Xbox, because of the analog stick sprinting only, we can't press a button to start sprinting. 2 blocks can be a little bit difficult. 1 block can be very, very hard. And something like a fence can be extremely difficult sometimes. So I like that. I like that for the start. Water will be around there. We'll probably support these with like some cobblestone walls or some fences. Or maybe just full blocks. Because if we've got water below here and we have a cobblestone fence or a normal fence, the water doesn't quite join up to it. And it looks really weird sometimes. I wish it wouldn't do that. I wish if you put fences in water, the water would sort of flow all the way up to the hitbox of the fence instead of just sort of leaving an air pocket around the side. That's just me. So, once we've got that, we're going to have maybe a tricky 4-block jump. Like that. Which is the maximum, the hardest jump that you can do on a flat level. Oh, I done it. Okay, at least I know it's possible. I didn't expect to do it. And then here, what we're going to do is have the boxing wall. I don't know exactly what it's called, but basically, we're going to do a giant wall. I'm going to do it out of white, I think, with some red gloves in it. But it's basically a wall with some red boxing gloves. Or should we do blue ones so they stand out against the floor? I think I'm going to do blue so they stand out against the wall. Now, we're 2 blocks high, so we can only use the bottom level and this level to be able to hit us. So maybe if we extend this by 1 there and 1 there, that just gives us a couple of blocks more room to be able to punch with. There. What if we went like up, down, up, and then down, like that? I think that's pretty good. Okay, put those in like that. Now, this is the next sort of part. Do we do it where it's automatic so you can play it single player? Or do we do it where it's a multiplayer one? I'll put those, we actually need maybe that. It makes the jump easier, but if you fail, you need to be able to get into the next part, don't you? Do you know what I mean? You need to be able to... Yeah, it makes the jump, like, really, really easy, but if you do fail, you need to be able to get in, so that's okay. It's still the start of it, isn't it? Yeah, if we do it a 2-player game, we could have it pistons behind here, and a second person can control, similar to how Death Run is on the Hive server. Or we do it automatically, where maybe there's a tripwire hook somewhere, and once you set it off, it starts punching, and then maybe another tripwire hook that stops the punching. We could do that. In fact, if we put the tripwire hook, in fact, I think we'd probably need it there to there. Yeah, and then if we grab the tripwire hooks and some string, we put one tripwire hook there, one there. We'll support that somehow. I don't know yet. And then put string along there. And then, yeah, that sets it off. And then we can make this go to a clock that sets pistons off. Now, this first piston is going to be set off straight away. Let's put some blocks underneath these so I can place pistons on them. The first block I can see already from the way that we're going to do this redstone. It's going to go off as soon as we hit the tripwire hook, because there's going to be a piece of redstone there. Yeah, and that's going to say, that doesn't matter. That's cool, because they're going to go off on a timer anyway. So we want a T flip-flop would probably be the best way. There's multiple ways to do T flip-flops. There's the basic but chunky way, and then there's a monostable circuit T flip-flop, which is a lot smaller, but a little bit more complicated to explain. I think we'll do the more simpler one, but maybe we should build it backwards. If we build it backwards, we sort of do the wiring to the block first. It might be a little bit more compact. I want to try and keep this compact as possible. Like that. And like that. So if we had maybe those, that sticks the blocks out. And then we can basically turn off these blocks in order to then swap around what ones are out and what ones are in at the time. So we probably want these two to go in together and the top two to go in together, while the bottom two are out, or the top two out. So they sort of invert 2 and 2. Now, to keep this as compact as possible, because I'm not very good. I'm not very good at keeping things compact in Minecraft, but I do like to try. In fact, that isn't going to work. We need, probably best to wire the top two up first, isn't it? We'll need that. Now, I'm sure we could go underground and make it more compact as well. But if we do something like that, and then we do, like, maybe, we could do it like that, and like that. And then wire this around the edge. So we now have 2 different inputs. One controls those 2. Oh, it controlled that one as well. Or did it control them all? How did it do that? Ah. Yes, because this block is powering that one. Okay, no problem. Easy solve. Easy solution. That one. Ugh. That one. That's fine. There. It's facing the right way now. And there. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So it's now only those 2. We take the torch away, do that one, and it's the bottom 2. Perfect. So we now need we need a T flip-flop. We can either use 2 T flip-flops, or we can use a clock. I think that probably the best way will be to use a clock. Now, oh man. Okay, I'm not dying, I swear. I'm fine. You don't need to call the hospital, call the ambulance. I'll be fine. A lot of people get confused about this cauldron, using cauldron for redstone. It's very, very simple. Cauldrons are very, very useful for redstone because they basically become a movable trigger, which we don't really have too much of in Minecraft. A redstone block is sort of a movable trigger, but there are some flaws with it. For example, if I have a sticky piston and I put a redstone block on top, it doesn't power it. But then if I get a lever and I power it, when I flick the lever again, it doesn't come back down. The piston gets stayed up there. So that's one sort of flaw with the redstone block. You can get around that problem by using a full cauldron. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but if you use them enough, you'll get used to it. You really, really will. So we want to build just a nice basic clock here. Something like that. If we slow it down. Why is it lit? There we go. I need it to tick. I need it to clock around. There we go. Why is that powered? Oh, yes. Aha. Boop. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we can slow and speed this up how we want. We are going to have this 1 block wide, though. That'll be a mistake otherwise. That means I could then move the white block in as well. Yeah, 2 blocks probably wouldn't be that difficult. It'd probably make the game an awful lot easier. We'll have that there. That means we'll only need 1 piece of string between it. Right? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So we've got that one. And then we need this one to be on the opposite. If we join these up together, they all go at, well, 1 tick difference because of that. So we could actually just add more to the delay. That's good. That's good. Now, is that fast enough or is that too slow? Oh, while you sit in there, you can't actually get up. That is a problem, actually, isn't it? That's a big problem. Look, you jump on, and then that block stays out. How would we solve that? By taking that away and putting the redstone down there instead. Is that right now? Yeah. That'll be fine. Okay, is that fast enough or is that too slow? Is it too fast? Go. Too fast. You can't get up that first jump. Yeah, you can't get up that first jump. We need to slow down the top ones, which are these ones. Oh no, that isn't going to affect it at all. The clock needs to slow down. Okay, but now they're all going at the same time. So we'll do that. And I think we need to speed up this one. No, we need to speed it up more. How are we going to speed it up? Or we can slow this one down more. If we done a redstone there and a repeater there. And then give it 1 tick. That should be opposite. Yep, that's pretty good. Perfect. Okay, so now that is definitely slow enough to get up, right? Yep. Hup. It's not tricky, but it looks cool. And I really like that. So, now we need to get the start and the stop to work. So, we need to make sure we don't touch that redstone. So, I'm going to bring this down this way. And it's probably best to have the T flip-flop somewhere around here because we need to stop it from the other side as well. Which means we are going to have a line of redstone somewhere. Oops. Somewhere here coming back. We'll use a bridge, though, to make it more compact. There's probably there's a lot of ways to compact this. Obviously, you could use underneath the area a lot more. You could go underground and have it completely hidden. We'll find an ingenious way to hide it up at the end, I'm sure. So, to do a T flip-flop, we're going to need a monostable circuit. So we can do a monostable circuit with a 1 piston. If you use sand, it doesn't even need to be a sticky piston. Oops, that's not sand, that's sandstone. Yeah, if you use sand, it can be a normal piston. Doesn't matter if you use a sticky piston though. And basically what this does is the redstone signal comes through, but as soon as it hits this piece of sand, this piece of redstone and the trail after it only lights up for 1 tick, because as soon as the redstone hits the sand, it goes through, but also powers the piston, so the piston goes up, so it cuts the signal short. So that becomes a monostable circuit. Monostable meaning 1 tick. That's probably the easiest way to describe it. And then we can go to a T flip-flop, which isn't hard either. Now we've got a monostable circuit. All we need is a sticky piston. You will need a sticky piston for this. And then you can use any block. We're going to just use a piece of lapis. It doesn't really matter to go there. And then what we can do is have a torch in the ground. And now when the signal comes through the monostable circuit, it powers this redstone only for 1 tick, and because it's only on for 1 tick, it does something weird to this piston. It fires the piston and retracts it, but it does it so quickly that it leaves the block that's in front of it out. It pushes it away, the piston retracts back, but it doesn't bring it back. And what's even funnier is when it goes through this again, it extends forward and brings the block back. I shall show you. So if we have like a piece of redstone here so you can see it light up, if I hit this tripwire hook, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why? What have I done wrong? That should... Ah, I got it. There we go. Perfect. There you go. So now the lapis block is over the torch, and that little dot of redstone's being powered. And then if we go to it again, it's now back. It's like a magic trick, isn't it? It's so quick that I can't even see it. We can see it if we do, like, a torch here, for example. Boop. Boop. So you can see it extend and bring it back. Look at that. You're learning redstone with me. Perfect. So now we need a tripwire hook. You could use pressure plates as well, but pressure plates, I'm not a huge fan of pressure plates because you can see them. If we had like pressure plates that were coloured the same as wool, for example, like carpets, then I would probably use them more often. But seeing as though they're sort of the same colour as everything else, I don't like them as much. So if we move this, I don't really want to put it there. I was going to put it there because it would be the same as the other side, but I think instead we'll have a tripwire hook right there. Oh, I got one right there, and then a piece of string will go there. Get the white back. And put the tripwire hook there. So that's now joined up. We'll then have a red. Yeah, I'm using wool, I think, because it's a little bit of a truer red. And then when you jump through this one, we can then stop it. So to stop it, all we need to do is hook up that tripwire hook to here, which if I realised that a little bit earlier, we could have probably done a little bit easier. No, we could just join it up to this, can't we? So if we had a block here with a piece of redstone on it, like that, all we need to do is join it up to there. How are we going to do that? We can have this going over the top. This isn't going to affect anything. And straight to there. That should work. So now, when we hit this tripwire hook, it should stop. Oh no, we haven't hooked up the T-flip-flop to the clock, have we? We need this to go to there. There we go. So we can start it. And then we can stop it. Wonderful. Oh, that's so good. So when we're parkouring away, we go into the water, through the tripwire hook, and it starts. And then through, and it stops. Perfect. It's really good to be able to toggle the redstone on and off due to lag that redstone does cause in the world after long periods. So that's really, really cool. You could compact it more. You know, we've got a block here of space. There's a lot of stuff you could do. It does look very complicated when it's finished, but when you break it down into its own individual sections, monostable circuit, T flip-flop, like a cauldron clock here, it's actually very, very simple. Anyway, that's enough. That's all that we've got time for today. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you've got any ideas for other little mini games or mini obstacles, sorry, for this ride, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll add them if they suit the sort of theme.